What's up, adventurers? So tomorrow I am going to the range to do some long-range precision shooting. I'm going to test out this bad boy. That's going to be a lot of fun. Whole video review coming about this, so we'll talk more about this rifle later on. But going to the range, I have a bipod on the rifle, but I don't have any sort of toe support for the stock of the rifle. So instead of just going and buying a regular sandbag or buying one of those form-fitted bags, you know, the suede ones that you can get at Cabela's or Bass Pro or whatever, I wanted to show you how to quickly make a support for the stock of your rifle that works a little bit better than a regular sandbag and that's quick and easy to make. So it will be cheaper to build our own sandbag than to buy one in the store using just a few simple materials. So for this project, the first thing you need is just an old pair of pants. I know it seems weird, but trust me, it works. So I'm using an old pair of just ACU trousers. And I'm using these because they've got the little cinch cord at the end. Now if you're not using these, I'll tell you how to do it a little bit different, but you can use just an old pair of blue jeans or something like that too. You'll need a zip tie, and I only need one because these have the cinch cord. If you're using blue jeans or an old pair of khakis or something, you'll need 2 zip ties. And then you'll need a filler. I use this aquarium gravel. You can use just regular paver sand or pea gravel. I like this because the shape of the gravel, they're really kind of sharp and squared off. It's not like that smooth sugar sand, because you don't want anything that's gonna slide around. I saw Such, if you follow his channel, Such00, did a video on a similar project, and he used airsoft BBs. It's really light, and so it's good for saving weight, but my problem with that is they're all round and smooth, so you have no friction. So it's not going to really support the rifle well. After you shoot, it's going to slide around. So something like this aquarium gravel works really well because they kind of lock up together. Now I could probably buy a whole bag of paver sand for the same price as this little bag. I only needed a little bit. This is 5 pounds, and this is more than I need. You probably only need 2 to 3 pounds. But what I like about the aquarium gravel is it's already clean. There's not going to be all kinds of dust flying out of it. And another thing you want to avoid is any sort of food product, because I know like seed corn or rice or something like that's really tempting to use because it's lightweight, the shape is right, it's super cheap, but you don't want anything that can rot or decay or just go sour or go bad, because you want this to be able to store with your shooting gear and just be ready to go. You don't want rotten food mixed in with your ammo and your range bag and all that stuff. So that's why I use this aquarium gravel, but anything similar to this works well. And then of course you'll need a knife. Today we've got the Almar Cert First Production. Pretty cool knife. I'll probably do a video on this later, but let's get to it. So you'll start by just grabbing the pants, and I'm grabbing it right above the knee here, and then you're just gonna slice and dice. So basically I'm cutting off the end of the pant leg. So you'll have the pant leg and then the weirdest pair of short / one-legged pants ever. You'll probably want to use the other leg to, I don't know, use for another one of these bags or for some other projects, because you probably don't want to be caught dead wearing something like that. That's ridiculous. So you'll take that pant leg, and this is where that zip tie comes in. Now I did a really uneven job of cutting this. Probably want to do a little bit better, but it doesn't really matter. So you're going to cinch that up, and you're actually going to use the zip tie to tie that closed. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut off the extra. So now you've got the pouch that's going to hold this whole thing together. So you zip tied that end. What you're going to do now is turn it inside out, so that the zip tied end is now on the inside, and your cinch cord is still right here at the end. And so now you're going to take your filler and go ahead and pour it in a quart-sized freezer bag about 2/3 of the way full. Now this depends on the size of the bag you're making. Since I'm just making one to support the toe of the rifle, this is everything I need and more. I might even have to take some out of this. And again, I'm just using the aquarium gravel, but different options for the filler work well. You can use kitty litter, you can use paver sand. I'm sure there's other stuff that could work well. So you take this, you want this to be a little bit loose as well, because remember, you want to be able to knead this sand, you want to be able to squeeze it and change the shape, you want it to be a little bit malleable. So you don't want that to be super, super tight. But go ahead and take the air out of it and then zip it up. Just triple check that it's zipped here. Still got some air. Let that air out. There you go. Zip it up, and now you put this inside. And again, you may have to do this a couple times just to test fit, find out what size works best for your bag. And then you'll take that, push it all the way to the bottom, and you'll give it a twist. You just need 1 or 2 twists on there, and then you'll turn the pant leg back over the original leg, and that will kind of hold it all together. And then you can just cinch this down. And tighten it up. And now you have a really firm beanbag to use as a shooting support. You may have to open it up and readjust to get it either as loose or as firm as you like. Typically for a heavier rifle, you'll want it to be a little bit more firm, just to support the weight a little bit better, just so it's not super loosey-goosey. But you may want it a little bit loose so it's a little bit more pliable and easy to maneuver. So after we have that, that will just support the stock of the rifle right here, and then you can just kind of rearrange the bag as needed to get it to support it. And this is real firm, real steady, and it's not going to slide around like loose sand or airsoft BBs. So that's just a quick way to make a support for the stock of your rifle when you go to the range. So a support bag like this, just a simple bean bag, is a really common idea. This is just one variation on it. If you've got a variation that you like, go ahead and tell me below. I'm sure there's just millions of different combinations of materials that work well. If you're not using a sandbag or something to support the end of your gun, I recommend trying to use it. You'll find it really helpful and you'll probably shoot more accurately. So if this was a new concept to you, I hope it helped, and I hope you'll have better success at the range using a support like this. Until next time, stay safe, be free, and never stop seeking adventure.